It is weird. Toastify Live! Welcome in, guys! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Toastify. It is weird, but also doing stuff for fans is cool and awesome, but it is weird for non-fans, but it makes sense in terms of the showrunners. Think Avatar or Korra. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Korra, but yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Here is where he argues in favor of potentially dating the minor he called his sister. He's also wrong with their dynamic at the time. He would have been seen as a figure of authority over here, and therefore not legally allowed to date her. It isn't 16 equals fine, no notes. Bro. I refuse to engage. I got out of Twitch poll. I escaped Twitch politics. I actually refuse to engage in age of consent debates, especially when also so much of this is down to the fact that the people making these tweets were, firstly, when we're talking about the fandom itself, completely fucking crazy. And from the perspective of Black Griffin, unfortunately, much like Michelle's mother, has the optical sense of a fucking brick. I've never met somebody so in need of a fucking PR department to like just check their shit, okay? Like, some people genuinely just need PR because they live with their foot in their mouths. It doesn't make them bad people. Just, I don't know, invest in PR, bro. Just like Anissa's mom, bro, never let your parents manage your shit. It is a terrible fucking idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. I think it'd be good for me to show you some of what he's said and done, because I don't think you've seen much of it. Remember, they're 14 at this point in time. Here are the girls he's constantly around. The one he argued it would be 2 years later to be fine if he dated, but saw as a sister, and the other would later be his wife. They're making a workout video together. They're making content together. This is like, they are being pushed into making content. I can't understand this shit either. You know that this is fucking content. They posted this on YouTube. One of the questions as well is, if Black Griffin was grooming these two girls, why post it on fucking YouTube? I mean, the level of stupidity you'd have to be at to do shit like this is fucking crazy. It's also one of those things as well. I don't think people have been around, like, young teenagers much. Like, do any of you have nephews, nieces, shit like that? Wait, like, or like the kids of friends, where you're like, yeah, these are my friends' kids, and you kind of like will see them every once in a while, and it's like, yeah, sure, they're at like a family gathering or something, and occasionally you'll go out to a park or some shit, and sometimes because like you're the like responsible adult, oh, we'll go to the fucking zoo or some shit. You're not grooming these fucking people. You're just doing an activity with them. And I mean, like, I don't blame anyone who's keeping Brony Fandont away from their children. But it is quite obvious that this is a person who has not spent time around kids in, like, a platonic, normal sense. Does remind me, I'm a terrible fucking uncle. It's been like 2 years since I saw my nephew. But that's not the point. That's by the by, okay? If he ever sees this, I'm sorry. I suck as an uncle. Oh, dude. Someone sent me a Noel picture. Well, the actual video hasn't been recovered because they deleted it. So you don't even know what happened in this fucking video. Since the second image was later found to be part of a different deleted video, shots around the same time, it had been them stretching and talking about video one, and then the three of them driving and heading into the woods alone with him. So they made a video where they're like going through the woods and they find like some dead raccoons or something. It's like, it's not even it's just, again, they're making content. The only time that Black Griffin is alone with these two girls is that video. Every other time, the parents are around. Michelle lives, like, particularly in the case of Claire, there are other adults present. The only time is when they're in the woods. Is that where all the grooming happened? On the walk to the fucking woods that's like 15 minutes away from Michelle's house? Absolutely fucking crazy shit, bro. This goes against claims they made that he was never around them when they were minors without another adult present. I don't believe they expected the video to be recovered with the help of the Wayback Machine. Into the Woods? How do we know that? Because the video was recovered with the help of the Wayback Machine. You can watch it even now. Have you provided a link to show others? Oh, interesting. I actually might need to steal that at some point. The Wayback Machine can sometimes make videos difficult to watch, so it's better to, it is a better service link for this. Thank you. Now let's move back to the Saber controversy again, if we may. Do you still really think he meant harm to Emmy for his own benefit? I think this is a really strange time to suggest we pivot to something entirely different, but fine. Back during the events accused? No, I think he just didn't understand consent or social cues, which doesn't make it okay. Now, yes, I believe he's vindictive. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Okay, back during the events accused, no, I think he just didn't understand consent or social cues. You're calling him a rapist, bro! Also cool how they don't believe Claire about her dad, and they don't believe Claire about Black Griffin. Lamau, believe all victims. Yeah, it's literally believe all victims, because the one, except this one that I don't like. It's absolutely fucking wild. You are calling Saberspark a rapist. What do you mean, bro? That is a specific claim. How exactly do you think he is vindictive now? Don't worry, we will get to back to the Black Griffin issue. From my understanding, they both come back together a bit, as you said before in an earlier answer. The game intrudes with the two. Drop something in the Discord on topic for this. Did you at me in the Discord with it? Let me have a look. I did a diss track. Parody of Jack Parker beats. I may listen to that later. I quite want this stream to stay copyright free because I want to make some money off it. I'm very transparent. How exactly do you think he's vindictive now? La 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 la. He could have shown his text himself on his own platform. Instead, he went and gave them in a video made by a random, extremely niche drama tuber that features things like an interview with a con chair where they're asked if Sophie will get banned. Bro, he's so mad about me. Bro hates me. Now, to be clear, I am an incredibly niche drama channel. Even by the standards of drama channels, I'm very, very niche. But in this case, that makes me like the perfect person to cover this. Because sorry, hold on. Side note, hold on. someone just messaged me something completely separately to this. I might talk about it later. That's very fucking funny. Holy shit. Okay, I'll just tell you. Somebody put, I won't tell you who, but somebody put out a new video essay. Somebody who's got, like, drama with me, who hates, another person who really hates my fucking guts. They put in a load of work to it. It got so little views. They are not a small YouTuber. It got so few views, like under 10k. I think it's under 5k. That they've deleted the video after a week. They've removed it. Holy fuck, that's so funny. Oh, dude, that's made my night. Dude, what a fucking day. This brings me so much fucking joy. Bro, I mean, I'd do the same thing. If I got a video, if I was a YouTuber of that person's size and nobody fucking watched my new essay, I'd delete it. I'd delete it in shame too, you fucking hack. Anyway. Okay, firstly, the reason I asked... Okay, I've been very transparent about this as well. The reason I asked that con chair whether Sophie would be banned... Firstly, I wanted another voice in there. But secondly, it was just to piss off Sophie. A few people have asked me about this. It's like, how relevant is that section with Thornwing? Well, I think that Thornwing actually coming and talking on a stream was far more relevant and far more interesting. He was great, actually. If people want to dig up that stream and go and watch it, it's good little stream. But yeah, I did it to annoy Sophie. That's why I did it. Again, totally transparent. But in the case of like niche drama tuber, yes, I am probably the best person to talk about this story because I understand enough of the fandom without being in the fandom, and at the same time I can actually do research. And frankly, we reached out and talked to them. Nobody else was prepared to do that. None of the fucking bigger channels did too. Nobody, and I do mean this, nobody else reached out to Saberspark. Not people who've known him, not friends, no other content creators. It's actually fucking wild. Nobody had reached out to Claire and Michelle. It's actually unbelievably fucking incompetent how this story has been handled. Like I don't want to like sound like I'm just like, oh, I'm Beckett from Copenhagen. I'm so amazing. Bro, I did the bare fucking minimum. It's just I'm one of the few people who did. And frankly, Falgi did a lot of the heavy lifting on that and deserves a huge amount of fucking credit for it. This person is known for their harassment of others, abundance of saying the R-slur, and would later host a contest where people drew my character being beaten and killed. One of his peers would ask them to have me killed and raped, which they then liked the comment. This is like a comment like Slug made. And I think I've addressed this as well, but I'll reiterate it here. I like things really fucking randomly. I tend to just go through and like random shit. In Slug's case, it's Slug, and I was just like, oh, dude, I'll give you a little bit of support. There you go. Have a nice like. Because it's whatever, right? But I've constantly said that I don't want Fandont dead, but I'm also not going to moral frog about Slug saying some unhinged shit. I don't care. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. As for the hosting the context when my character was beaten and killed, I don't think your character was dead in any of them, for a start. And secondly, why are you hating art, Bonk? I thought this was just art. So, what's this? So when you draw a rape comic, it's just drawing, guys. When I have some art commissioned, it's suddenly I'm a monster. Also, I am not known for my harassment of others. I'm known for sitting on the fence and networking with everybody, okay? That's what I'm known for. I'm known for just randomly, like, sticking my nose into stories. I don't think, like, harassment. Bro, have you met the rest of the fucking... Have you met Queeman? You want fucking harassment? Bro, Queeman's like a fucking pit bull. Compared to a lot of commentary, I am way more fucking chilled out. I think Malcolm is more fucking, like, pit bully than I am. Maybe not with Fandont. Maybe not with Fandont. I'm very, very keyed in, I suppose. There was no reason to come to this person. Saber had a massive platform where he'd already partly addressed this before. Instead, he went to somebody without a platform, and I believe the point was that they can be cruel so Saber could seem to have clean hands. I'll be honest with you, and I said this in the second video. The Saberspark stuff has not done much. Like, it's maybe double what I'd expect for like a standard video that we put out. The idea that I don't have a platform, again, I hate talking about, like, I found this when I was tweeting about some of this. I hate talking about it like, oh, I do have a platform. What are you talking about? Because, like, again, I'm a hobbyist YouTuber. This isn't my job. This is me fucking around on the internet. But, like, obviously, like, I've been involved in many, many stories over the last 2 years. So much so that Chud Logic started bitching about how involved in everything I was. When it comes to, like, things like the ACC, I am a significant commentator on ACC drama. Probably from a drama perspective, me and Chris are the most significant ACC drama commentators these days. We were very involved in the Mr. Beast. We were incredibly involved in the Mr. Beast story. I was the first person to even make a dog pack video. K-Huck raid? K-Huck raid! Thank you for the raid, K-Huck. Also, Rain with 2. Stop bragging about the fence post up your ass. Thank you, buddy. Like, this just idea from Fandont that I was an absolute fucking nobody before the Saberspark stuff. I've seen this reiterated on places like Reddit. I mean, like, I won't pretend this isn't, like, a really good drama for me to cover. But, yeah, it's not the only thing I do. I didn't talk about it for months. At least not in detail. I went through a significant period where just nothing was happening. I talked about ACC stuff. My jar video is still way fucking bigger than my, Saberspark stuff. Anyway. Actually, I mean, even talking about the Chris Tyson stuff, like, things like the Shadman list, the Chris Tyson Discord logs. I've been featured on Drama Alert, for fuck's sake. Like, it's not like this has been any oh my god, the Saberspark drama. When Keemstar was talking about me, that was nothing, but here we are now. Come on, bro. Anyway. There are other reasons why I believe this as well, but they involve information that is not mine to share. What? Like what? I'm a secret Saberspark fan? Bro. Look at my first tweet about him. I called him autistic. I said that he was probably... I've said that Saberspark still probably had nightmares of being shoved into lockers. I was not nice about Saberspark as a person when this started. I've got to know him a bit now. And I do like him. But that's because of this drama. You can believe me or not about that, but I don't think more than what I've pointed out is necessary regardless. I think he did show them on his Twitter, but about this more information. Is it from Emmy herself? And can you fully trust her yourself? She does have a lot of controversies of her own, and from a lot of what I heard, she's not afraid to throw people under the bus. He showed them as a video stinger for that channel. He linked the video on his Twitter, and no, it isn't from Emmy. It's from others Saber has harassed off the public timeline. Saber has harassed people? I'm sorry, look. If you feel like you have been harassed by somebody like Saberspark, you need to get a grip, because Saberspark is a fairly cuddly fellow who's a furry. Saberspark is not harassing anybody. He doesn't have it in him to bully somebody, okay? Good God, we're talking about an animation reviewer on fucking YouTube. We get it. You're so important, you Ponzi Ginger. Thank you, Hoz, for the 2. I just feel like it's a bitch thing to have to point out, but it's such cope from Fandont. And I like the downplaying. He talks a lot about platform with people like internet adjacent as well. His standard for this is like, well, do you have a consistent baseline audience? And he, like, I think in either this conversation or another one, he brings up and says that Lazy Bedhead is the only true content creator with a platform to cover this. Mr. Enter's covered this. Mr. Enter has a bigger platform than both me and Lazy. Cartoon She's covered this story. Lanza has covered this story. All bigger content creators, all with a platform. If Saber went to a big channel, Bonk would still be bitching. Yes. Yes, that's completely the reality. And I mean, again, look, I get on really well with Lazy, and Lazy has more subs than me, but our view counts are very, very similar. Like, Lazy's been making content a lot longer than me. But yeah, view-wise, I'm probably comparable to Lazy Bedhead. So again, it's cope from Bonk. But that's as much ego stroking as I'm going to do. Because I think it's cringe as well, guys. Okay? I truly think it's cringe as well. There are more victims of Saber coming to you then. People he's harassed, not something more criminal. Who the fuck is coming to Brony Fandont saying that Saber harassed me? Holy fuck, bro. Dude. You're harassed over what exactly? You're focused on and asking a lot of questions about something I said up front I couldn't talk more about. It's not my information to tell. Only mentioned knowing more because there was more to my belief that Saber is vindictive. It would be nice to know, but alright. But don't you think Emmy lost a lot of credibility when she told her story to KP and they both edited it to look more convincing? No, Emmy isn't KP. I'm not saying she is, but she, her, and another, if I remember correctly, named Emma, did talk to Amy, but did talk about adding and taking away things from the story. How do you also feel about KP coming out and saying that she's going publicly no contact with Emma? Again, Amy. Oh no, you're talking about Courtney. Courtney. This is talking about Courtney, isn't it? Fuck. Okay. I don't know who that is. I don't think it matters. KP was someone who did everything for herself, much like you, Bonk. And any attention she gets now is out of spectacle for how massively she blew up people's lives. Her doing more for herself above others now isn't surprising. She's already over. True. Have you heard about how she is now copyright striking any video people make of her? And if you could redo this, who would you pick instead to send Emmy to with her story? I heard, but I don't know what evidence people have of it being her doing it, because I haven't looked into it. For all I know, it's not her, though I don't care much either way. If I couldn't, I'd have done it myself. I didn't originally because I was overwhelmed at the time. Bro. Okay, man. Fuck, I mean, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I've fought the last 7 strikes on my channel and won all of them, so you know, I don't know what it is about me, but it is fucking wild that I have been, like, this channel's been up for 2 years and I have been copyright struck 7 times vindictively to get me to stop laughing at people. Dude, that's not a normal amount of times to be... Do you know Chud Logic doesn't get struck like I do? Queeman doesn't get struck. No, nobody else seems to get fucking struck like this. What the fuck? I'm just a little guy. I see. May I ask with what? Or is it too personal? If so, let me ask something else then. Did you know that in the YouTube comments you showed me before that was apparently her mother that was answering for Gabe? I've been told she was his manager at the time. I was suicidal in October 2024. When approached, you already knew about that time in May 25. May 25. I suffer from depression, and the reactions people were having to things confirming to me that empathy wasn't something that anyone else could feel often makes me see no hope. Okay. I'm probably going to talk about this in the side vid. People use empathy wrong. What people mean is sympathy. Listen, we're just going to do empathy meaning. I feel like this actually matters. I'm not going to bring up Google because I fucking hate the AI thing that comes up. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, often described as walking in their shoes. It sees the world from their perspective. It involves both recognizing and understanding someone else's emotions. What people mean is sympathy. Okay? That is what people mean. Empathy, for example, I happen to be a very, very empathetic person. It is a very useful trait to have as a commentator because it allows me to understand why people are doing things and what their perspective of it is. But it doesn't make me a good person because, like, I can use that ability to empathize with people to fuck with them far, far better. And actually, one of the things that, like, if you read counterterrorism literature, you'll find is that empathy is quite important for like understanding why terrorists do things. It's not about sympathizing with a terrorist perspective. To like, you want to empathize with their actions so you can better predict them and provide counters to them. Now, Fandont is actually very unempathetic. He cannot understand why another person would feel the way they do. That is the definition of lacking empathy. He cannot put himself in the position of another human being. And this is quite common. Like a lot of people, it's about emotional intelligence. But it also, again, I cannot emphasize this enough, does not make you a good person. Beckett studies in terrorism inspire this channel. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things that I think people really need to grasp, because people have started using it on the internet to mean, well, being an empathetic person means that you're just totally going to care about somebody and you just want them to be all right. No, that is sympathy. You are sympathizing with them. These are not the same fucking things. They're not interchangeable. Words have meaning. Fuck. And I've said this about Sai. Like, Sai's problem, and the reason Sai ends up in so much drama, is because Sai lacks the ability to empathize. She understands why the word queer to her is a slur. She cannot empathize with another human being as to why they'd see the word retard. Retard? What the fuck? I sound like Drit Focket. What is wrong with me today? Why the word retarded is a slur. Okay, she can't put herself in that position. And that's why when people come to her and say, hey, this word you've said, like you saying the N word, offends me. She's like, you're a fucking idiot. It's not offensive. I have a reason. What you're telling me, Beckett, is you're an empath. Most well-adjusted people at some level will be empaths. It's a human thing. You should be able to read other people's emotions. Unless you are actually autistic, you should be able to have some level of empathy, because you should be able to look at another person's situation and go, I know how that would make me feel. Again, very, very simple. And part of the reason that I find it so easy to mess with Fandont is because I can empathize with Fandont. There are parts of what Fandont does that I can recognize and go, right, I see that, and I understand why you're taking that action with the information you have, with the way your life looks, with, like, I can look at it and go, I understand why you have so little in your life that you need this. I understand your feelings of loneliness, of depression, of sadness. It just doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to be fucking mean to you. That's it. This is going to be my new thing, by the way. I think Star Giant Productions has done it to me. I think it was the Star Giant Productions stuff where I was like, we need to talk about what empathy actually means. I'm sick of fucking hearing it. Anyway. I need a cigarette, guys. I was like, oh, I can go live for like an hour and a half or something. We'll just cover it. We can go for 3 fucking hours. My favorite ginger bashing his favorite hater. Thank God it's Friday. Dude, best use of thank God it's Friday. That gets an actual fucking heart. Thank you for the 2 barrel. That's fucking amazing. Did I miss any super chats, by the way? Have I missed any? No, I think I'm good. I think I've got all of them. Let me roll this cigarette. We'll go back to reading. We're getting there. I don't know how far down we are. Using empathy to manipulate is super based. Listen, I don't lie. I'm a monster. I've told you all. I'm very open, okay? Open book. Holy fuck. One of my mates just asked if you with Colossal is crazy. Dude, I wish I was fucking Colossal. Dude, I'd love to have fucking Colossal's voice. Colossal's voice is incredible. Dude, the way he rolls some of his words, absolutely fucking god tier. Wish he wasn't so fucking lazy. He's only comment cop, true. Okay. As for the manager thing, no. Gabriel's mother wasn't his manager. It was Michelle Creever's mother, Monique. but I don't believe she wrote those comments. This is the first I've heard someone suggest that, and I'd need proof to buy it. That is not... If it is the first time you have heard this, you have not been paying attention, moron. It's been said multiple fucking times. It's been said... I think it's been said by both Gabe and Michelle. This is just fucking nonsense. Also, I need proof to buy it. Why is this the thing you'd need fucking proof of? You're running on so many assumptions, but like you're sat here going, oh yeah, but actually in this case, I think we need some hard evidence for that claim, don't we? I'm gonna actually have to bring out Black Griffin's fucking autism diagnosis, aren't I? Fuck it. If I can, if he'll give it to me, I'll ask him. Do you know what? I will message Black Griffin and ask, and if he'll give it to me, I'll fucking shut. I'm at that point. We're reaching that point. Actually, I think that would be very funny, but I am a monster. Anyway. Dude. Could you imagine me posting that on Twitter? That'd be so insane. I'd have completely lost my fucking mind. Let's say, just for the purpose of this is a joke. He doesn't need to give me his fucking autism diagnosis. I did Michelle's mother beforehand, and while I find this a bit odd too, that she'd be the one commenting, it doesn't make sense as to why Gabe hung around Michelle so much, and Michelle was the one to come out and say that her mother was the one doing the comments. Monique shouldn't have tried advancing her daughter's career by getting men to live in the house. This is true, by the way. I don't disagree with Fandont here. This is just fucking accurate. Listen, like, it wasn't just Gabe. This fucking Mondo Pony or whatever the fuck his name is now. No goal? How are we supposed to get stickers? Yeah, the goals aren't working, but it is you kicking, so please enjoy this sticker. Dude, I love this new Cami artwork. I just told them to do a doodle, and they did a full animation. It's so based. Yes, Monique shouldn't have done that. We all agree with that. Also, good morning, Daddy Beckett. Good morning, Kicking. I hope you're good today. Thank you for the 20 Swedish. Griffin wasn't the only one she offered a room to. Multiple other musicians were too. I'm not sure how many others, if any, accepted besides him. But not only was it harmful to her daughter, it also painted Gabriel as being a close family friend that eventually got to stay, which isn't true. That is true. Gabe was a family friend. Monique knew him as a musician before she invited him to come and stay. It wasn't, oh, I randomly heard his music. And also, Gabe then moves to become this family, like, close family friend who's known them for a long time. And they know him as well. I am nothing if not a swift overachiever. Okay, actually, you probably need a wrench. There we go. Dude, it's so fucking good. Now Michelle is saying things like age is just a number because it's been normalized for her, just like Claire. The two teens, he was always around. When they're saying this, my understanding is, I'd have to read the full comments, but my understanding is it was when, like, the question around Gabe actually marrying Claire came around. Because the reality is that a lot of people were like, yeah, this is kind of weird. We're happy for you. It's not, like, illegal, but yeah, it is kind of crazy. I think Saber Spark said this. He's like, yeah, that is, like, that's a weird way for things to turn out. But it's not grooming. It's not criminal. And frankly, I've met Claire. It makes a lot more sense when you know Claire. Can you show me where she says this? Here she says at the very end. I don't think Gabe would groom them to think this. If anything, that sounds more like something her mum would have her think. She even mentioned that a 10-year relationship gap. You're assuming Gabriel wasn't the one posting his account, and that the man who would go on to marry one of the two teenagers, he was always around. Always around! Dude, this is fan fiction. Made rape jokes on stage recently. What? When the fuck was this? Made rape jokes on stage recently. Convinced Michelle to do a minstrel show with him. Did weird aerobics. Aerobics. The fuck is wrong with me? Aerobics with both kids. constantly mention how his own parents were an age gap relationship as an excuse for him getting involved with the kid he was around, thinking 99% of racism isn't real, repeatedly would message his minor fans, and so on and so on. You're saying this doesn't sound in line with him. Look, you have, let's be clear about this, you have 2 examples of Gabe messaging his fans. One of which you don't even have the fucking DMs for. You actually, no. Fandont has 1 example of Black Griffin messaging an underage fan on Snapchat. And the conversation is completely platonic. It's just a fan interaction. You don't have any other DMs with Black Griffin. If Black Griffin was grooming Dorothy, for example, where are those messages? Where's any of this stuff? You'd think after, like, what? Apparently he's a monster who's been doing this for well over a decade. Surely there'd be more of it, right? There's fucking nothing. The guy who was publicly reaching out to Shane Dawson trying to meet up long after Shane was beyond exposed for the things that were never a secret in the first place. That guy, he quote tweeted him. Why was he trying to reach out to Shane? Because he was excited he used his music in a video and tried using it to suggest they meet up. That is rather bad. How about the controversy with her father? Or is that Michelle? I believe he does the voice for Goku, and he's apparently been abusive. Claire has accused her parents of being abusive. I wouldn't normally cast doubt on something like that. However, every specific detail she's given has seemed very understandable for a parent to do if trying to get their child away from a predator. And considering how Claire has lied many times and sees nothing wrong with anything her husband does or has done, I find it hard to trust her judgment. Absolutely unbelievable, bro! The lack of legit proof is astonishing. Yes, it really is Dingo. Am I saying that right? Thank you for the 2. Yes, believe all victims. Believe Emmy. You know, the person with a dozen sex scandals, memory issues, and, like, her own statements that she is a people pleaser. Believe Emmy. But don't believe Claire. You know, the person with recorded evidence. Fuck me. I wish I could go through some of the other stuff. Now I'm doing what Fandont's doing. I'm teasing. And maybe, do you know what? Fandont sat here going, you should be afraid. You should be afraid of what I have in the works. Bro, if Fandont drops something, or if anyone drops something, I'll be fucked. Especially if it's something that, like, tips the scales enough that I'd be like, okay, cool, we can talk about these things. I will be fucking ecstatic. I clearly want to, I so want to talk about some of this stuff, bro. So, some of the shit. It's so much deeper. Like, Fandont's, like, scrabbling around for, like, crumbs, and I'm like, bro, I've got like Jar's Tower of Babel shit going on in the background where I'm just like, holy fuck. I can't listen. Oh, dude, if I ever get the fucking chance. Oh, listen, this might be enough to get me to go and try and talk to them again and be like, can I please talk about some of this shit? I so want it. Anyway, she's even claimed I was her father before. It's because you tweet, it's because, like, Ian ran alt accounts. Claire's proved this, by the way. Ian has confessed to it. So she assumed that Brony Fandont was another one of her dad's alt accounts. Does that seem normal to you guys? Does that seem normal? Your parent running an alt account to slander your husband? Does that sound like normal behavior for a father? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but none of my parents have ever, like, run alt accounts to try and slander somebody I was dating. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. Maybe my mother died too quickly. Maybe she'd be, like, there right now with an alt account tweeting at one of my ex-girlfriends or some shit. Actually, saying that, she probably would do that. But she would have done it to be mean and laughed about it. And told me. Bro, have I ever told you guys my mother had a Twitter troll account? My mother used to troll Guardian journalists in her 60s. She got like 3,000 followers trolling Guardian journalists. Bro. Have you ever gotten in contact with her father to ask more details? The only time I ever talked with her father was before all of me calling out Griffin. Before they were together, I went to his empty booth at BronyCon, and we talked about the Sly Cooper movie he was supposed to star in, but didn't end up being made. You mean when she was blocked by Count Dankula? Yes, my mum was blocked by Count Dankula. Count Dankula tweeted out, "There's one word the establishment fears. Count Dankula." And my mum tweeted, "That's 2 words," and he blocked her. She phoned me. She was like, "Why has this guy blocked me? Do you know who Count Dankula is, Beckett?" Bro. Fuck. Okay, I'm totally losing my train of thought. Oh, fuck. Okay, then. I do have another topic-changing question. Sorry, I'm throwing you around here with my ADHD brain, but what is your full opinion on rain? What do you think of that organization that you didn't know who it was? You had no idea. You thought it was a content creator. I hope it helps people who need it. I don't know enough about it to say if it's effective or not, or if there are concerns with them, but I'd like to hope it simply helps all people that need it. What about your stance on coming to the police with these type of situations? I personally believe it's more of a gamble if they'll help or hurt you, based on statistics as well as personal experiences. I've never told anyone not to go to the police, but I also would never insist anyone should. Well, they should be there to help. This is America. Okay, Donald. Hail the Empress of Petty. True! Thank you for the 2 barrel. Bro. Also, like, Fandont absolutely has said that people shouldn't go to... Like, he's a abolished the police person. Would you argue that getting someone offline is more important than getting someone off the streets? No. Would you be interested in talking to everyone involved in this, like Claire, Michelle, and even Gabe himself? If so, what would you want to ask and talk about to them? Anything or anyone in or maybe outside of this doc even? Would I want to? No. Each of them has me, friends of mine, and his victims' lives. Do you mean has made? Okay. Has made mine and his victims' lives absolute hell. But I would, if it was in an environment where I could get them to answer why they're okay with this and that for people to see. Bond got laughed out of a police station, no bat. Yes, Kairais, totally believe that. Any questions you would want to ask them specifically? I have a question for you, actually. What do you believe I've lied about in any of my answers to you? What haven't I been transparent about? Are you pretending to be civil for me or for them? Bro thinks he's being gang stalked. Look, I mean, I say this so many times when it comes to, like, Fandont and people like him. If you turn your life into a circus, you cannot blame people for turning up to laugh at the clowns. It's just the reality. And there's something about putting yourself out there with this kind of stuff. Now, look, there's people who've made content on me laughing about it. For those who don't know, like, a lot of people have asked over the years, like, why is it that Queeman gets on with you? And, like, because Queeman, like, fucking hates everybody. Why are you the exception, Becca? And I think a big part of it is because, like, when Queeman has laughed at me or made content on me, I've never given a shit. Like, Chud has made content laughing at me. Like, when I have, like, a personal drama or something. Fucking hell, Chud covered, like, a load of my, like, relationship drama. I've never taken any of it personally. That's it. It's fair game. That's the world we exist in as commentators. What I can't trust is you talking about the victims. I know they want privacy, but they are threatening others' privacies. If you want true justice, they need to comply, and best of all, comply with actual authorities, people who have trained their lives for this. Destiny came forward, and the people you talked to casually tried to ruin her life. Destiny came out with unsubstantiated... Like, okay, here's this thing. Believable victims, sure. But if you are coming forward with a story, you better be prepared to be scrutinized. I'm sorry, that's just the reality. That's just the reality. I don't know much about the Destiny drama itself. If you want to, please explain to me to better understand her and your side. I think this continues over here. Okay. Yeah, I think it does. Fucking hell, bro. There's more. So much more. I'm being civil with you for my own benefit. It's been honestly a wonder getting answers from you. But I won't lie, I have my doubts about some things. And not just all that you've told me, but from what I've heard from others too. People can just say things, yet do something different. Why was it a wonder? I opened myself up to answering questions by saying ask me anything. It's weird that you all feel the only way you can have a normal conversation is if it's framed through pretending. Bro, I think at one point I offered you $150 to talk to me for 45 minutes. And you ran. I offered to talk to you. Multiple other people have offered to talk to you, and you've refused to do it. Fandont's cope about this was like, you wouldn't give me the money anyway. Bro, you're begging for money. You're begging for money. In fact, actually, fuck it. I'll put it back up. You want to have you want somebody to answer questions. You want to talk to me. I want to talk to you. Well, you don't want to talk to me. You're fucking terrified of me. Dang, $150. It was originally $150 because multiple people put in other amounts of money as well. I'm sure we can put it back up to 100. I'm sure we can crowdfund $150. Fuck, I'll pay it myself. I can throw $150 at this. Offers back on the table, Fandont. $150. And, like, Fandont's like, oh, you wouldn't give it to me. I can't dodge from that. I can't offer to pay you money for a conversation and then not pay you. I kind of have to. Because otherwise you'd have me over a barrel optically. You can be like, this Beckett guy, he lied. He lied. Stream it and give him half the chats. Then I'd have to do breakdown. I suppose I could. Yeah, I'd be open to, like, offers, basically. Fandont, people have been trying to talk to you. This is the most anyone's got out of you. Lazy Bedhead had a conversation with you. It's a couple of hours. Went over that. Most of that is fucking mental. If Beckett is offering to pay you, you take the money. Yeah, I'm not... Look, I won't lie about shit like that. Did they ask you to change subjects once you started agreeing with me? Or did you want to stop going down that road yourself? Or did you lie about agreeing too? Why do you believe the contest to draw my characters getting beaten and killed was fine? Bro. Why would you believe that? My poor characters. Were you being genuine in response to my attempts? Or did you secretly find it funny? I think none of this is funny. It deals with people's lives and livelihood. Believe me or not, I stand by what I said. But you were aware of people egging you on, like it was a big scheme. You know what they do, and how they talk about all this, and you played along. It's not a big joke to you, it is to them, very openly, and it doesn't seem to bother you as much as I do, apparently. There is no difference between Psy Scribbles and Cope and Seethe, aside from Psy gets emotional, warranted or not. They do the exact same thing, cross the exact same lines, the exact same way. Psy just got the wrong person to find out about her first. Fucking hell. Rain! Make it 200. Thank you for the $50. Fucking hell, Rain. Thank you so much. Please enjoy this other cami sticker. Please enjoy the sticker Mac. Thank you. That is fucking awesome. Hell fucking yeah. Okay. So... Here's the thing about this. I thought cartoons were all joke, bonk. True, Kai Rise. Thank you for the 2. Do you know why nobody can? Because people have tried coming after me the way they came after Psy with calling Psy racist and stuff. Do you know why that works on Psy but doesn't work on me? Because if somebody calls me fascist, I just laugh and say, "Yeah, probably." You're racist? Lamau. Who cares? I don't care what people's opinions are. There are plenty of people on the internet who think that I'm bigoted or fascist or whatever because they see Cope and Seethe or they see some random comment I've made over the years and they're like, this person, like, and again, it just doesn't matter. You can't attack me the way that you can attack someone like Psy. That's the reality. And I don't just do what Psy did. I do far deeper research than Psy does. This isn't even a slight on Psy. We're just not the same. We're just not in the same category. I don't think even Psy would argue with this. Because, like, again, even Psy says, oh, this guy, like, Beckett guy's talented. I thought he could do better than just being a random shit poster. You want to pretend they're reasonable? Team, I hope Bonk gets raped and killed. As much as I hate all those mites, I wouldn't treat anyone the way they do. Because it would make me a problem too. I'm not going to block you, but I'm moving on from you. Hold on, we'll have a look at the other fucking comments. Mesosphinx with the 10 for the interview fund. Thank you very much. Listen, I'll happily give him money to talk to me. Hey, Bowser, with the 2. You use Discord DMs, hope I'm not being bothered. I'm crap at responding, but you're not a bother. People can DM me, it's fine. Okay, let's have a look at some of these. Because they continue in 2 places. Let's go with the first one. No, I don't think it's funny. I hate that that happened. Okay. Oh, this is just comments from Danny without responses. Okay. I think we're pretty much done with Fandont's responses. Let's see if we've got anything else from the Brony himself. Bro, this got comments. Is it back up? Oh, no, it's not. Hey, I just want you to know you don't have to be tied to this one topic. I think most of us would agree you've gone above and beyond the Call of Duty of the situation. You can focus on other stuff if you want to. Hell, even if it doesn't feel right anymore. Holy fuck, bro. This is not a good sign. Dude. Len with the 50 sticker with the little fucking rocket. Is that a pear on a rocket? Bro,